Like, imagine living a fairy tale, and it's nothing like you imagined it. You're living your literal fairy tale, and it's not what you want. It's not what you want. Even if you think that you want it, even if it's exactly what you dreamed of. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, like, not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I have a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all. I've always had a dream of, like, getting out of my hometown, like, city, and moving on, like, moving forward. Like life is supposed to be experience. Like, we're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that, and I do all of that. But at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that, and I don't know, like you can't, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions. Imagine somebody that you know for such a short amount of time, because you're never gonna know that man like you think you do, and that's just not in a negative way. Like, it's still just, I don't know. I just don't think that.
So we're looking into why some people hate being married. Some of these people say they hated being married when they were married. So we're going to find out their experiences on why they felt this way. So just like you have some people that love being married, they're in and out of relationships, one after another, getting married 1, 2, and 3 times because they hate being alone. So I guess you have some people that feels trapped when they're married. So do you think it's within themselves that they aren't happy within themselves, or did they marry the wrong person? So either way, we have some videos for you. We're going to sit and we're going to look and listen to other people's experiences on marriage. So let's dig deeper.
What advice would you give your younger self?
To never marry. To never marry. I think that I could have done all the things that I have done without a man. When my 2 husbands and my father all died within 3 months. And I found myself Betty, because I was no longer Betty Charbonnet, no longer Betty Reed. I was no longer to find by someone else's name.
I just want to open up space for you to say anything to the audience or to the camera, anything on your mind.
I regret getting married too. Yeah, I can tell based off your actions.
You mean dealing with your bad attitude?
Are you referring to me being upset because you've continually broke your commitments to our marriage?
Yeah, you just have unrealistic expectations of me.
My only expectation for both of us is that we continue to heal and grow together.
Marriage can quickly become messy when you feel like you're in a battle with your spouse. Often your spouse is not the source of your pain, they're the revealer of your pain. Getting married exposes your childhood wounds, your early sexual experiences, and your inability to create and sustain connection with another person. How you respond to that dynamic either creates a mess or an opportunity to mature and grow in love.
If you constantly feel like you don't like the person you married and you wish you married someone else, we want to propose the idea that it may not be your spouse. It may be that you both need to get out everything you've been hiding and keeping from each other. Get it all on the table so you can see clearly and heal and then connect in intimacy. And intimacy is not just sex. It's into me you see. It's trust. It's safety. It's the expression of love and union.
You can't enjoy your spouse if you're keeping things from them and keeping a part of yourself locked away. Bring everything to the surface and be willing to take responsibility for the impact of your actions and build a new foundation together.
If you're ready to rebuild the foundation of your marriage, we want to invite you to our next and last 2 in-person events for the year. We have one in San Diego in August 22nd and 23rd. You can join us in person or virtually for this one and only event this year, or for our 3-day marriage intensive in Maui, Hawaii. To get details on either of those events, DM us with the location you're interested in, and our team will get you back all the details.
And we just launched season 2 of our podcast, the Grounded Union Podcast. If you'd like more from our story and how to walk through these topics, check the description of this video for more details on our podcast.
I was a really weak man. I ran away from communication. I ran away from taking responsibility. I lied and I cheated, and there was no accountability on my end. And it was really hard for me to be married to someone who was the opposite of all of the things that I was. And the only reason we got married is because I displayed a version of me that was what I wanted to be, but that I hadn't worked to become. And so now I'm married to someone who was like, what happened and how did we get here? And I don't want to express that, well, none of that was really true, but I love you and you're who I want to be with. Yet, I did everything to make it seem like that was not the case. Because how could you really want to be with someone and not properly communicate? How could you really want to be with someone and not go to therapy? How could you say, I love you, yet I don't think we should be together? And so I just wasn't being realistic about what it looked like to be a husband and to love someone and to be loved by someone who understood what the weight of marriage was. And because of that, I hated being married because it meant that I had to do more work and I had to take on the responsibility of caring for someone deep enough to do more for them than I'd ever done in my entire life. And I sucked at it. And broken men break things. And there are other broken men that are breaking good women because we are not being honest about who we are and what we're bringing. It's a horrible way to start a video, I know, but that was 6 years ago. I just want to let you know that things are so much better. And they can be better for you too. But if you are struggling, and that is also your story, and you're just living in darkness, there's a way out. Tune in.
I regret my marriage. And I was in a bad relationship with my son's father. I'm talking about that man almost unalived me. He tried to unalive me, okay? I do not regret that relationship. I regret that marriage. Here's why. I don't like the woman I became when I was with him. I do not like the woman I became. When we got back together, I was like chilling. I'm minding the business that pays me. I'm good. Like, I'm at peace. My relationship with God is growing. I'm growing stronger in my faith. I'm good, right? Here come the devil. He is literally the spawn of Satan. Not even lying. Anywho, we get back together. There were some things that started to, throughout the relationship, things start to unfold. And so he tells me his situation. He's like, yeah, I'm staying at my mom's house. I'm helping her out. My grandmother's here, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, that's that's commendable. I was staying at my mom's house too. The house that I had moved out of, I wasn't even in there for like a full 30 days, I want to say. There was like some sewer gas that happened. And I had kept telling the company, like, hey, this is not livable. Anyways, the sewer gas happened. We was there for like maybe 2 weeks, and I got up out of there because I couldn't, like, by the time we moved our things out, my son's bed, his mattress, it was smelling like sewer. It was very nasty. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that house. And I'm happy that we left because that could be dangerous, right? Anywho, so I was at my mother's house because of that, and I hadn't found a place just yet. I was also in between deciding if I'm going to go back to LA or if I'm going to stay here. Anyways, so we get back together. The relationship is unfolding. He tells me he stays with his mom. I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, oh, that's commendable, whatever. Anywho, there was a situation that happened with him and his mom when his mother ended up kicking him out. He had no place to go. So for like, I don't know, maybe like a week or so, he was just kind of out here wandering. And so I'm just kind of like, hey, maybe you should just come to my mom's house so you wouldn't, like, just come over to my mom's house. Like, why you gotta be in the street like that? Like, that's crazy. I don't think you should do it. Well, he fought me on it, and eventually he came. During the time that he was at my mother's house, my mother ended up seeing some things, and she kind of was like questioning me, like, is he gonna be able to like provide for you? And I was like, it's okay. People, like, they go through a moment of like not having a job. The tables turn, you know what I'm saying? One minute you have no job, the next minute you got a job, and you up, it's okay. At least that's what I was like. I was like trying to be positive about the situation. My mother knew best. You hear me? All right. So, that situation happened. We ended up moving to Cartersville. He ended up losing his vehicle, ended up losing 2 of the jobs that he had. And so when we moved to Cartersville, he didn't have a job and he didn't have a vehicle. My job, I worked from home, and it was an overnight shift. So I was getting off at 2:30 in the morning. I had this job before him and I even got together. So my schedule was already set in stone and how things was happening. You feel me? So we go up to Cartersville. He comes up there. Mind you, he didn't have to move with me because we weren't even married then. We're living together before we got married. I do not recommend it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You hear me? Don't do it. So we're living together before we got married. So there was moments where he would kind of complain and say that it's too far. Now, mind you, nobody's holding him hostage. He could have left. He could have left. He could have been gone. Because ain't nobody holding you hostage, bro. I could take you down to your mama's house if you want to. But he continued to find his way back. There was even moments where we had got into like a big argument, and he thought it was a good idea to start walking Cartersville. Anybody who knows where Cartersville is, it's an hour outside of Chattanooga. It's North Georgia. So he thought it was a good idea to try to walk. It was like 4 or 5 hours. The man got to Ackworth. And Ackworth is only a 20-minute drive. It took him 5 hours to get to Ackworth. Anywho, that situation blew me. I was like, what is wrong with this man? Like, is he okay? So, that situation happened. We're living together, and things is really just like, I don't know. There was a situation where before we had got married, because like, we had a date set for December 7th to get married, but we did not get married until the following week. So the week prior, I was kind of saying, hey, you excited? You ready to tie the knot? You ready to, like, are you ready? You sure you want to marry me? He calls me up because he's at work. He found a job and all that stuff. So he's at work, and he's kind of like, you going to really do this? You're going to really ask me if we're going to get married? You ask. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what are you upset for? I feel like that's like, anybody, you sure? You ready? You ready to do this? Hey, man, listen. The only way out is death. So you prepared? Like that, we both understood. Like, we understood that. Now, real quick, I want to just insert. We definitely went through marriage counseling or marriage therapy, whatever that is. Premarital counseling. We did that. Just so anybody who was wondering, did y'all go? Yes, we did. We should have kind of went through another one, but so anywho, so yeah, that situation happened where he's kind of like, he's giving me all this attitude because I asked him like, hey, are you sure that you want to marry me? I think that's a valid question, but I'm over here catching heat. So he said, I'm gonna just give you a week to figure it out. I'm just like, is he okay?
And I prayed this prayer. I said, Father God, I need him to end it. Like, I need him to break up with me. And he actually did. He actually did break up with me, and I still married him. What's wrong with me, y'all? I was bewitched. His mother, there were so many times where his mother would be like, so when y'all gonna hurt and get married? Not realizing that she's just trying to push her child on me, her man child, her grown man child on me. I'm like, I don't know. It's not a big rush though. She did not want to take care of that grown man no more, because that's exactly what she was doing. She complained to me about how he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. And I don't even want to say complain. She had made comments about how he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. And I was kind of like, really? Because he said that, like, he over here helping you out and giving you money. She's like, he don't give me a dime. And I'm like, who is this man? Who is this man? So, that situation happened. We end up getting married. About 2 weeks into the marriage, the conversation about finances, it comes up. And so he, like, it gets a little bit heated, and he doesn't like what I'm saying, because I don't think I was saying anything wrong. I'm just kind of like, hey man, we need to plan out our finances and figure out, like, what's up, how we gonna, let's get some stuff together. Let's get a budget. Like, let me see your account. Like, let me see, like, what's up. I have no problem with showing you my bank account. Like, I got no problem with that. He didn't want to do it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like, I don't understand why. I don't care. Like, we need to figure out the finances. He didn't want to do it. And he threw out annulment. The Holy Spirit, before he said annulment, the Holy Spirit said annulment. And I was kind of like, he's going, what? Immediately, well, why don't we just get an annulment? And I said, excuse me? I'm thinking to myself, I know this man did not just say, let's get an annulment. For what? Because I'm talking to you about money? You want to... Oh, yeah, no, something ain't right with you, bro. I said, what? This was like the same, I want to say this might have been the same evening, like New Year's Eve, I want to say. Anywho, that happened. And then about like a few weeks later, my son's birthday is in February. Now, this is when things really, really get bad, like around my son's birthday. Towards the end of January, I'm kind of like, because I started to get angry to the point where I'm like yelling. And anybody who knows me, I talk with a lot of passion, but when I get the yelling, oh, you're gonna hear it. So this is me talking with some passion, but when I start yelling, this ain't nothing compared to me when I yell. So towards the end of January, I started to realize that I need to seek a therapist, because I don't like who I'm becoming, and I'm starting to I'm getting mad, and I need to talk to somebody, because this is not it. We go to marriage therapy one time, and I continue on with my personal therapy. And during the one counseling session we had, it was okay. When things popped off around my son's birthday, on my son's birthday, actually, the whole entire day on my son's birthday, he kept talking about how he just didn't really want to, like, oh, I just need to get a drink. I need to get a drink. Mind you, I don't really drink. But there's been times where he wanted something to drink. I would buy some wine, so I'll take like a glass of wine with him. But like, I didn't really, like, I'm not really a drinker now. Like that's dead. So I kept wondering, like, why does he want to get a drink so bad? Eventually, by the time we get down to our destination, in the area, he's kind of, can we stop? Can I get a drink? And I'm just like, okay. We pull up to where we needed to be.